Hello all, this is Hariharan. In today's video, we are going to see about session memory. In previous video, we saw about session state. Session state is only available for a single conversation. We can use the memory for all the conversation and it is used for long-term purposes. So let us go into that. Okay, now let us go through the memory service. So I will go through the documentation one so you may know how exactly the memory services works and also the types of memory services available. So memory service is basically a long term knowledge that it is used to recall all the information. Like let's say in previous video we saw about session that session is only for a single conversation. Session data we cannot access in other conversation. So in order for having a long term knowledge, that is a single memory which can be accessed through all the conversation, we can use a memory service. So memory service has actually two methods. One is add session to memory. It adds all the session data, that is all the conversation, tool calls, everything to the memory. That is for injecting information. Another one is searching information, search memory. This is used to search the memory via the keyword which we give. If we give a query like let's say what are my hobbies, then it will search for my hobbies in the memory and give me the result. This is the use of search memory tool. So now let's go through the types of memory services. There are actually two memory services: in memory service and Vertex AI Memory Bank service. So let's see the difference first. So persistence. In memory service, the data is lost on restart. Once we kill the program, the data is lost. But since the Vertex AI Memory Bank service is managed by cloud, it is not lost. And also this one is primarily used for prototyping local development, and this is meaningful, and it is used for production ready projects, and this stores full conversation, and this is important, you see, it only extracts the meaningful information from the conversation. That is this in memory service, it blindly stores all the information. That is even if you give what is your name or what can you do, those information also it will blindly store those events. But Vertex AI Memory Bank service is intelligence, and only it stores meaningful information. Like let's say if you ask what can you do, then the agent may answer that I may answer whatever question you ask. But this is this memory is not needed for the vertex memory, because we will already give what the agent will do, we will already give it as an instruction. So it is already available in the instruction, so we no need to add it again as the memory. So this is not a meaningful information, so it will not extract it and it will leave it as such. So, next important capability in Vertex AI is search capability. This one uses only basic keyword matching, but here we use advanced semantic search. So semantic search meaning is it will not search for keywords. Let's say if I give the query as hobbies, this one is basically search for hobbies. Wherever hobby keyword is there, it will give all the results. But this one will not do like that. What it will do is, if I give what are my hobbies, it will convert the query into a vector embeddings. And also the memory stored in the Vertex AI memory banks also in vector embeddings only. We will convert our query into vector embeddings and compare these vector embeddings, so that it can know the intent of the user and also which word they are using. It is a river bank or a money bank. It is able to differentiate between these two banks. And also what they will do in mathematically, what they will do is they will use cosine similarity between the vector, the query which we gave, query embedding which we gave, and also the embeddings which is present in the Vertex A memory bank. This is what which happens mathematically, so I don't want to go deep into that, so I am just saying a outline of that. So next one is setup is nothing required for this in memory, but we need an agent engine instance for in Vertex A for setting up the memory bank. And also dependencies, you need a Google Cloud project account and a Vertex A. The rest all is basic differences, you can go through it. So I have written a simple demo for Vertex A memory service. Before going through the code, I will explain another important feature of Google ADK, which is the callback mechanism. So There are several types of callbacks, that is before agent callback, after agent callback, before model callback, after model callback, before tool callback, and after tool callback. These callbacks are very useful when developing a project. Before agent callback is a will be called before the agent is executed, and this after agent callback will be called after agent is executed. Similarly, these before model callback is called before the model is being called, and after a model callback is called after the model being called. And similarly, it is similar for the tools also. So why use these callbacks? What is the purpose of this? First one is observe and debug. So we will be able to log the detailed information, and also it will be useful for troubleshooting, and also for customize and control. So we can bypass our tool results with the help of these callbacks, and also to implement guardrail. So let's say if we have some safety rules, or we validate input and output before giving it to the agent or the model or tools, we can use these callbacks to validate them. And also we can manage the state, we can dynamically read them or update the session state based on the data which we have. And also we can use external API calls also in these callbacks, so that we can get the data and give it to the model before even the model start processing. So there are many advantages of using these callbacks. Now let me go through the code so that you may understand what happens behind the scenes. So first let me tell you how to create a project in Google Cloud Console. You can open Google Cloud Console, and inside that you can log in through your mail ID, and after logging in you can click this icon. You open project picker, and in this you can create a new project if you don't have any project, or if you have any existing project you can use that project, and you can copy this ID because we will be using this ID in our code. And also for the location, you can choose any location like US Central one or US East one, like that. There will be many location, you will be able to see those location in the Google Cloud documentation, and you can choose any one of them. So now let me explain the code. I have imported all the necessary imports, and also first what I am doing is loading the environmental variables. So I have told you about the project ID, right? You need to uh, add this project ID in your .env file under the name Google Cloud Project, and also you need to add your location under the name Google Cloud Location. So these names are the names which I kept. You can keep whatever name you want, and you need to load these in the variables which you have used for declarations. And then I am initializing the Vertex AI client by using the project and location and this agent ID. Actually, you will get this agent ID once you have created the agent engine in the Vertex AI. For this only the code is, I have written the code here. I have if you have already created, you can use the agent engine ID directly here, or else you no need to worry, you can just run this code, and this client dot agent engines dot create will create the agent engine required for a Vertex AI Memory Bank service. And once you get this agent engine ID, you will be able to see this agent engine ID. You need to copy this and add this agent engine ID to your .env file, so that you can reuse the same agent engine ID as many times as possible. And also and after that we are creating the Vertex AI Memory Bank service by using the agent engine ID which we have created previously, and also the project and location. And then the code is similar to the previous tutorial which I shared on session state. We are having the Google API key, and also the retry config is same as which I told in previous videos. And then this one is different. This is auto save session to memory callback. This is I am added this function as a after agent callback, that is after the agent is executed this function will be called. So what this function does is it calls the add session to memory function. This function we saw this in the ADK documentation while seeing about the Vertex AI Memory Bank. What this function does, it adds the session to the Vertex AI Memory Bank service, and after that we are defining the agent. We gave the name of the agent as auto memory agent, and the instruction we gave answer questions. And these tools, we have added a preload memory tool. This tool, what this tool does is, if we, let's say we give a prompt as what is your hobbies. So what it does is, before calling the model, it will call this preload memory tool with the query as the input which we gave. So what it does, with the help of this query, it searches in the memory bank whether there is anything related to the query which we gave. If there is anything related to the query, it will fetch all these data, give it as instruction to the model, so that the model has a context of the memory of the query which we asked. And next one is after agent memory callback. This callback, I explained the function before. So it just added the session to the memory after the agent completed. We are updating the memory with the latest data. So that's what it is doing. And I'm creating a in-memory session service, and while creating the runner, I'm giving agent app name, session service, and also the memory service, I'm giving it as the memory bank service which we gave before. And then in the search results, I'm just giving, I just gave the search memory as an example, so that you might understand what the output of the search memory might be. So I will show you the output when I am running the demo. So the query what I gave was what are my favorite hobbies. So these things I have already added in the, I mean, I have already texted my favorite hobbies, that playing basketball is my hobbies. So I have given couple of hobbies in the chat, so it knows what are my hobbies are. And then this run iterative function, this function is similar to this function which I used previously. So if you want, I can show you that. So this one, it's like using input function and calling the run async function for running the agent. Okay, now let me go through the demo. I will run the agent.py file. So since I already created the agent engine ID, it is using that same engine ID. I have added that in the .env file, so it is using that only. And in the query I have given as what are my hobbies, so it is giving it as that my hobbies are playing basketball and reading books. I have already injected the data in the memory by giving it as a prompt in the user. So let me inject some other data. I have written as my friend name is Alex. So let me give. Okay. So it is saying, okay Hari, thanks for letting me know. I have also told my name, so only it's saying it as Hari. So let me exit. Now if I give exit, what the after agent callback will be called, and now the session data, that is the data which my friend name is Alex, this one will be automatically injected into the Vertex AI memory database. Now let's change the query so that we can check our theory. So let me keep it as I have changed the query to what is my friend's name. Let's again run the Python file. Okay, now you can see in that search memory that we were able to get my friend's name is Alex. So from that we can confirm that our data has been successfully injected into the Vertex AI Memory Bank. That's all from my demo. I have uploaded this source code in the GitHub. You can check that out. Also, don't forget to subscribe for getting daily updates on the ADK tutorials which I will post.